Hi, it's Bill Koenig for Stage Circle Martial Arts, and this is using your second hand to help your joint locking. A lot of times we do joint locking in class, and he's so nice and polite, and he lets me take him and because he's being nice, and look at that, we all go down and good times. Unfortunately, in the real world, people are often stiff and they fight you and they resist. So sometimes when you're dealing with things, you have to use that second hand to help you a little bit. If he grabs and I want to go under him, ideally, I would like to go like this, and I can just step. But there are times when I get people to hear and they say no. That's when you got to learn to be a little more aggressive and not so nice with these joint locks. Sometimes what you have to do at that point, you have to take this hand and pop it. So you give it that little shot. So I'm using my hips and my hand, pop it like this, and that allows me to come through. And if I go like this, I pop it. See a little this, up and underneath. I find a lot of times when I go into things like Nikyo, I go to joint lock him. That guy decides he doesn't want to do this. So sometimes I have to pop him this way. If you give him a little, like it's almost like a whip shot, right? Just like that. And if you look, see how that sets that arm up nicely in that direction. There are times I go into this, and maybe I got to give him a little bit of that first to help him go down. Again, if he's compliant, it's okay. If you catch someone stretched, you don't need it all the time. But there are a lot of times you'll run into people who will flex really hard, and your only option is to give them a little help. When we go into this one, a lot of times what people do is they want to go like this, and they just want to wrap and try and twist that guy. But what you'll find a lot of times is that guy will tense up and say, no, I won't. So if you help him a little bit, and then you roll it, see that second hand, now I can come in, and this gets on very easily. But if I don't reposition him first, I don't give him that little pop, he's not going to turn into the position I want. So, how you practice this? What you want to do is, without tension first, right, is you want to just take these things and experiment and see, how can I help it? What hand positions do I have to use? Do I cup? Do I use open hands like this? Whatever I have to do to drag him into a position that's not good for him. Sometimes it'll be like that, coming into this. But get used to using that hand all the time to push something open or to push it up. Just play with it, slow. And then eventually, have him grab you and twist him a little bit. And then have him tense real hard. And then see, how can you use that pop to move him and shift him to where you want him to go. Do it slow, don't hurt each other, but experiment. One key tip on this, I'm really going to tell you this one's important. Again, if he's here, he's holding me, he's strong. The point of a lot of these is when I do this, is I want to drive him not just to move him, but I want him on one foot, or I want him leaning back. If you can take him and position him, see how his body went like this? Then these things get easy to put on. But be aggressive with them. A lot of times I watch joint locking, people are so nice and polite, and they want to do this so proper. But sometimes it's dirty. Sometimes it's got to be aggressive. Use that aggression, set them up, and your locks will work better. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please feel free to leave comments, suggestions, and share. Thanks for everything you've done. It really helping my channel grow.